Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Tonight, we are reading a very special book called The Calendar Kids Meet May by April Martin. This is May. May loves spending a lot of time in her garden. Sometimes she can be hard to find because she is so busy with her plants and garden friends. Can you spot May in her garden? I see lots of flowers. Oh, there she is. I see her pink hair and I see her cute dress and one of her legs right there. Oh, there she is. May and her friends just love watching plants grow on warm spring days. She is with her friends. These are tomato plants. April and May and June work together to take care of her garden. April helps May water the plants, and June makes sure the plants get lots of sun. Isn't that nice that she has friends that help her? Flutter, May's beautiful pet butterfly, lives in her garden too. She raised Flutter from a tiny little egg this spring. May loves watching Flutter fly around with bees and hummingbirds. They help pollinate the flowers. Soon May will have a bunch of vegetables too. Oh, I see one of the bees. Looking at the flowers to pollinate. May cannot wait to share with her friends all the ways her garden helps her. My garden just makes me so happy, May tells April and June. Did you know that May Day is Lay Day, Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month? May says, I can gather some of the flowers to make a lei for show and tell. May celebrates her heritage and tells her class fun facts about her family every year. There she is wearing her lei there. And you know what? If you want to make a lei, then also share it with your friends. Have mom or dad stop by work and pick up one of these kits, and you can make one of these too. Stop by the MFRC. I really love to grow vegetables in my garden too, May says. May uses the vegetables from her garden to make salsa for Cinco de Mayo. Ooh, there it is. That looks so yummy. Salsa and chips. May's friends and family come over to celebrate the Mexican culture on Cinco de Mayo. They create crafts, listen to Mexican music, and cook a delicious Mexican meal. There's May dancing. There they are playing music and singing. Oh, and look at all this yummy food. Makes me hungry just looking at it. What I love most about my garden is that I can grow the most beautiful flowers for my mom and grandma on Mother's Day, May told her friends. This year, she planted tulips for her mother and zinnias for her grandma. They're almost ready. Here she is looking at the tulips and the zinnias. Each year, May thinks of different ways to celebrate her mom on Mother's Day. May thought about all the gifts that she had given her in the past. One year, she gave her a paper flower bouquet. Each flower listed a way her mother was special. Right here it says, I love my mom because she loves me. Another year, she handpicked a bunch of flowers to make her a real bouquet. Oh, there it is, in a vase with water. Last year, she gave her mom a potted plant in a painted pot. What a great idea. I bet she painted that herself too. It says chives. Those can also be used when you're cooking. I love chives on my baked potato. Does anybody else like chives? This year, she was planning a surprise. It was going to be the most beautiful Mother's Day gift of all. But first, she needed help. She whispered her idea to Flutter and began collecting everything she needed for her surprise. She could not wait to celebrate Mother's Day with her mom and grandma. Here she is talking to Flutter. The next day, May worked on a pretty welcome banner. Oh, there she is making it. It says H-A. I bet it's going to say happy. She made a card to invite her mother and grandmother. Here's the card. It looks like a teapot. It says, you are invited. What? It's a surprise. When? Mother's Day. Where? My garden. May is so proud of her garden. What beautiful spring weather we have, May thought as she twirled and gave Flutter the banner to hold. Maybe we can surprise them a little early. There's the banner. Happy Mother's Day. There's Flutter holding it. Oh no, until a gust of wind blew Flutter and the banner away. Oh no, look, poor Flutter. May wilted with sadness. Her friend and her banner were gone. Oh, she looks so sad. Just then, the wind blew Flutter and her banner right back. This is just not a good weather to celebrate, May said. It is too windy. We will wait for better weather, Mr. Flutter. Oh, poor Mr. Flutter. Look at that. It looks like he's got a headache. Poor guy. Later that day, April, May, and June made a list of the items they needed for the surprise. A table, some chairs, placemats, napkins, silverware, teacups, plates, and of course, a teapot. There's their list right there. May was so thankful her friends could help. They carefully brought everything outside and set up the table in the garden. They are moving the table. The table looked perfect next to the zinnias and the tulips. Look at that. Except for one thing. May decided they should move the table just a tiny bit to make room for the chairs. The teapot wobbled to the left. The teapot swirled to the right. The teapot slid right off the table. Oh no. They all stared down at the broken teapot. Oh, there it is. April thought they could glue it. June said they could just go without it. You can't have a tea party without a teapot, May cried. Oh, she's so sad. But her friends tried to help, didn't they? It's nice when you have friends that are helpful. May's grandma overheard the girls talking about the teapot. I have just the right thing to fix this, she said to herself. She went inside to get the special teapot her mother gave her when she was little. Oh, here's Grandma. She's looking over for May. And I see the teapot. May was still sad about her broken teapot when her grandma appeared. Here you go, dear, her grandma said. This is a very special teapot. You can use it for your tea party. May gasped. Oh, Grandma, thank you. I will take special care of it. You saved the surprise I was planning for you and Mom. Aww. May finished setting the table. She remembered what her grandma taught her. Fork on the left with a napkin, knife and spoon on the right with a teacup and saucer. And there's the fork, and the knife and the spoon, teacup. She put one of those pretty flowers there. Everything was coming together. The windy weather cleared, and it was beautiful outside. It was the perfect spring day for a Mother's Day tea party. Oh, look how pretty that is. Happy Mother's Day, and there's Flutter. They snuggled and had tea, just the way this Mother's Day was meant to be. Aww. There's May and her mom and her grandma, and her grandma's special teapot. They all look so happy. Okay, so let's think about this. My May notebook. Do we know anyone whose birthday is in May? Or if there are special events in May? Events that maybe your family celebrate? May thinks that the best part about the month of May is that May is the 5th month of the year. It's Cinco de Mayo, which means 5th of May in Spanish. And in May, we celebrate teachers and nurses and thank them for all that they do. The month of May has 31 days. Mother's Day is held on the second Sunday of May every year. I believe that's this Sunday. Memorial Day is a day that we honor those who died while serving in the United States military. This holiday is on the last Monday in May. If you were born in May, your birthstone is an emerald. Do you know what an emerald looks like? It's green. It's very pretty. The month after May is June. Now let's think about some questions that we learned from this book. Flutter, May's pet butterfly, helps pollinate the flowers. What does the word pollinate mean? Do you know? What's that? Yes, that's right. It helps the flowers grow. And the bees pollinate the flowers, don't they? May is National Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. What does May bring to school to share about her family? Do you remember? It was a lei, like this one, right? But I think hers was made of real flowers from her garden. Have you ever planted a garden? What activities did you do to help get it started? And if you didn't plant a garden, what would you like to grow in a garden someday? I've planted a garden and I grew zucchini, which is a vegetable. And they got really big, did very well out here in the Mojave Desert. But you've got to make sure that you water them every day. May gathers flowers for a bouquet. Do you know what a bouquet is? That's right. It's a bunch of flowers put together in an arrangement, either tied in a bow or put in a vase with water. What type of clothing is May wearing? Is she dressed for spring weather? Oh, she was wearing that adorable pink dress, wasn't she? With little daisies on the pocket. I think that was perfect for spring weather. May surprised her mom with a Mother's Day tea party. It took some work to set it up. They even accidentally broke the teapot. Can you name a few ways they could have prevented the teapot from breaking? Let's see. What did they do? They moved the table. Maybe if they hadn't moved the table, then it wouldn't have broke, right? Or maybe if somebody held the teapot, well, someone else moved the table, that would have prevented it. What traditions does your family do on special days like Mother's Day or Cinco de Mayo? I'm going to leave you with that question. And I hope you're looking forward to Mother's Day this Sunday. And I'm wishing all the moms out there a happy Mother's Day and all their kiddos to have lots of fun doing something special for your mom. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Don't forget to stop by and pick up your May lei kit, just like this. All right. See you guys next Monday. Bye.